Hello, I'm Matt from Ludochrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Little Factory. So Little Factory is an engine game for 2 to 4 players ages 10 and up, and it plays for around 45 minutes. In this game, you try to have the most victory points by gaining resources and transforming them, and then you will be able to build buildings that grant you victory points and that can generate some. The first player to reach 10 victory points or more wins the game. The game is going to be played in player turns. You play your turn and so on and so forth until the end of the game is met. So what are you going to find on the resource cards? So for example, if we take this spool of thread, we have the type of resource, we have how to generate it, so either by paying a cotton or by revealing a sheep from our hand or by paying money. And that's its value if you want to trade it for other cards. And that's what you're going to find on resources. On the buildings, you're going to find the cost, the number of victory points that they are worth, and also their special ability that you can activate once per turn. On your turn, you will have 1 out of 2 actions, either trading or producing. On the first turn, you don't have any resource cards in hand. You cannot produce, so you will have to trade. So trading means that you are going to discard a certain number of cards that you want, and they are going to be summed up by value, and you can take cards that have the same total value. In this case, I have a tile which has a value of 3. I can take up to 3 points worth of resources. So I will take those. So 1 wheat, 1 clay, 1 wood. They go into my hand, and we move on to the next player. Beware, players have a hand size limit of 7 resources. On a subsequent turn, I will be able to use those resources and make them worth more by producing. So for example, I can spend this wheat and clay, and I will be able to take the cow here because it needs wheat and clay. And this goes to my hand, we reveal a new card, and then my turn again ends. And obviously the cow is worth more than the sum of wheat and clay. So now with my cow, I have multiple avenues. I can sell it for more because it's worth 5 coins. I can also use it to produce milk, and you notice that we can see a card here. This means that I don't have to spend it like I spent the clay and wheat. I can just show it, it produces milk, and the milk goes to my hand. Or I can use it and discard it to get meat. In this case, that's what I'm going to do. You notice that I placed the resources back here, but that's only the case for yellow resources, the basic resources. The other ones are discarded in a special discard pile for their level, and I get the card like so. Obviously, you're going to get more and more resources, more and more money, and then you can build buildings with the costs that are here. Every building is worth a certain number of victory points and grants you access to a special action. So for example, if I spend bricks or if I trade for 6, I get this building, it's worth 1 victory point, and now on each of my turns I may use it either before or after my action, and it allows me to transform 1 wheat from my hand into flour. Obviously, if you want to transform a resource into another, it must be present here, so you will have to be on the lookout for these resources. Additionally, some buildings are going to make you able to convert resources into victory points. If I have this building, I will be able to trade 1 milk and 1 barrel for 3 victory points that I'm going to take, like so. We are going to continue playing turn after turn until a player reaches 10 victory points on their buildings and tokens, and that player wins the game. Additionally, the game can end if the victory point token pool is emptied. Then we count up the victory points, and the player with the most points is going to be the winner. That's it for Little Factory. This is a game in which you try to get resources as fast as possible, and you transform them into better resources and into buildings that net you points, but you also try to block your opponents along the way. Now, bye-bye, and see you on Ludochrono.